Natural disasters are extreme and sudden events caused by environmental factors, often resulting in significant damage to life, property, and the environment. Here are the top 10 natural disasters that damages the most. Ever wondered what causes the earth beneath our feet to suddenly give way, causing a landslide? The answer is a complex interplay of natural and human-induced factors. Landslides or landslips are the downward movement of rock, soil, and debris on a slope. This natural phenomenon can occur in a matter of seconds, transforming peaceful landscapes into scenes of devastation. There are many triggers for landslides, and one of the most common is heavy rainfall. When the ground becomes saturated due to excessive rain, the stability of the soil is reduced. This can cause the soil to shift, leading to a landslide. But it's not just rain that can cause landslides. Earthquakes too can be a significant culprit. These seismic activities can destabilize slopes, causing the earth to move downward, often with catastrophic results. Volcanic activity is another factor that can lead to landslides. The violent eruptions can produce debris flows, triggering landslides in the areas surrounding the volcano. However, it's not only natural phenomena that can cause landslides. Human activities such as deforestation, excavation, and construction can alter the natural stability of slopes, increasing the risk of landslides. The undercutting of slopes is another cause of landslides. This can happen when erosion by rivers or coastal processes cuts away at the base of a slope, making it more prone to failure. Lastly, changes in water levels can also trigger landslides. Rapid fluctuations in water levels, such as the rapid melting of snow or ice, can lead to landslides. So in a nutshell, landslides are caused by a variety of factors, from natural events like heavy rainfall, earthquakes, and volcanic activity, to human activities and changes in water levels. They are a powerful reminder of the dynamic nature of our planet and the delicate balance that exists between the Earth's natural processes and human activity. Remember, understanding the causes of landslides is the first step towards prevention and preparedness. Blizzards are severe snowstorms characterized by strong winds, low temperatures, and reduced visibility due to blowing snow. These winter storms can have significant impacts on transportation, infrastructure, and daily life. Snowfall, high winds, and low temperatures are common features of blizzards. Transportation disruptions, power outages, and stranded individuals are also consequences of these storms. Blizzards can have an economic impact, causing business closures and property damage. Additionally, health risks such as frostbite and hypothermia can occur due to exposure to extreme cold temperatures and wind chill. Droughts are prolonged periods of abnormally low precipitation that can lead to water shortages and have significant impacts on ecosystems, agriculture, and human communities. Meteorological drought, characterized by a prolonged deficit in precipitation compared to the statistical multi-year average for a region. It is the most common type and can affect large areas. Agricultural drought, when there is insufficient soil moisture to support healthy crop growth, leading to reduced agricultural productivity. Hydrological drought involves prolonged periods of low water flow in rivers and decreased water levels in lakes and aquifers. Socioeconomic drought occurs when water shortages affect various sectors of society, including industries, households, and ecosystems. Lack of rainfall. Insufficient precipitation over an extended period is the primary cause of drought. High temperatures. Elevated temperatures can increase evaporation and water loss from soils, exacerbating drought conditions. Climate variability. Natural climate patterns such as El Niño and La Niña can influence precipitation patterns and contribute to drought conditions. Human activities. Deforestation, over-extraction of groundwater, and inefficient water management practices can contribute to drought. Wildfires, also known as forest fires or bushfires, are uncontrolled fires that spread rapidly through vegetation and can cause significant damage to ecosystems, communities, and property. The majority of wildfires are caused by human activities, including campfires left unattended, discarded cigarettes, and equipment sparks. Natural sources of ignition, such as lightning strikes, can also trigger wildfires, especially in dry conditions. Deliberate setting of fires by individuals for various reasons, including vandalism or as an act of arson. Wildfires can pose a direct threat to human lives and property, leading to evacuations and damage. Fires can destroy habitats, harm wildlife, and disrupt ecosystems, leading to long-term ecological impacts. Smoke from wildfires can degrade air quality, posing health risks to humans and animals. Runoff from burned areas can affect water quality, leading to sedimentation and contamination of water sources. The costs associated with firefighting efforts, property damage, and loss of productivity in affected areas can be substantial. Tsunamis are a series of ocean waves with extremely long wavelengths and high energy, often caused by underwater earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. The majority of tsunamis are triggered by undersea earthquakes, particularly those that occur along tectonic plate boundaries. Subduction zones, where one tectonic plate is forced beneath another, are common locations for these earthquakes. Tsunamis have very long wavelengths, often hundreds of kilometers, which allows them to travel across entire ocean basins. Despite their long wavelengths, tsunamis can move at incredible speeds in deep water, reaching up to 700 kilometers per hour, 500 miles per hour. As tsunamis approach shallow coastal waters, their speed decreases, and their height increases. This process is known as shoaling. This can result in devastating waves hitting the coast. It's important to note that tsunamis can have a significant impact on both coastal and distant regions, and understanding their causes and effects is vital for disaster, preparedness, and mitigation. Volcanic eruptions are natural processes that involve the release of magma, ash, and gases from a volcano. Volcanic eruptions are driven by the movement of magma beneath the Earth's surface. Magma is a mixture of molten rock, gases, and minerals. It forms in the Earth's mantle and rises towards the surface. There are different types of volcanoes, and the nature of eruptions can vary. Stratovolcanoes, composite volcanoes, shield volcanoes, and cinder cone volcanoes are some common types. Volcanic eruptions typically go through stages, including the buildup of pressure, magma ascent, and finally, the release of materials. The explosiveness of an eruption depends on the type of volcano, the viscosity of the magma, and the amount of gas trapped in the magma. Lava is the molten rock that flows during a volcanic eruption. It can be relatively fluid or highly viscous. The type of lava determines the speed and distance of lava flows. Some eruptions produce fast-flowing lava, while others result in slower-moving, more viscous lava. Volcanic ash consists of fine particles of rock and glass that are ejected into the atmosphere during an eruption. Tephra is a general term for all types of volcanic material, including ash, rocks, and other fragments. Floods are natural disasters that occur when water exceeds normal levels, submerging land and property. They can be caused by various factors and can lead to significant damage. Intense or prolonged rainfall can lead to surface water flooding when the ground becomes saturated and cannot absorb more water. Rivers can overflow their banks due to heavy rainfall, rapid melting of snow, or a combination of factors. This is known as riverine flooding. Coastal areas can experience flooding due to storm surges during tropical cyclones or hurricanes, where strong winds push seawater inland. Rapid onset of flooding, known as flash floods, can occur in a short period, often in response to heavy rainfall or sudden dam or levee failure. Floods can cause extensive damage to homes, infrastructure, and agricultural land. Flash floods in particular can be deadly due to their sudden onset and swift water currents. Floods often force people to evacuate their homes, leading to temporary or long-term displacement. Floods can harm ecosystems, erode soil, and contaminate water sources with pollutants. Infrastructure like levees and dams is built to control riverine flooding, but they may fail under extreme conditions. Tornadoes are rapidly rotating columns of air extending from a thunderstorm to the ground. They are one of the most violent and destructive types of weather phenomena. Tornadoes typically form in severe thunderstorms when there is a combination of warm, moist air at the surface and cool, dry air aloft. The interaction of these air masses along with wind patterns creates conditions conducive to tornado development. Tornadoes are classified on the Enhanced Fujita (EF) scale, ranging from EF0, weakest, to EF5, strongest. The scale is based on the estimated wind speeds and the resulting damage. Tornadoes come in various shapes and sizes. The classic tornado shape is a visible condensation funnel, often extending from a dark cloud base to the ground. However, not all tornadoes exhibit this classic appearance. Tornadoes rotate counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern hemisphere. The rotation is a result of the parent thunderstorm's updraft and the wind patterns within it. Tornadoes can cause significant damage along a relatively narrow path. The severity of the damage depends on the tornado's strength, duration, and the structures it encounters. Meteorological agencies issue tornado watches when conditions are favorable for tornado formation. Tornado warnings are issued when a tornado has been spotted or detected by radar, and immediate action is required. Hurricanes, also known as cyclones or typhoons in different regions, are powerful tropical storms characterized by strong winds, heavy rainfall, and low atmospheric pressure. Hurricanes typically form over warm ocean waters near the equator. The warm ocean surface heats the air above, causing it to rise and create a low-pressure system. If the conditions are favorable, with warm sea surface temperatures and low wind shear, a hurricane can develop. A hurricane has a well-defined structure with distinct features. The eye is a central, calm area surrounded by the eye wall, where the strongest winds and heaviest rainfall occur. The storm's outer rain bands extend outward from the center. Hurricanes are categorized on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale, ranging from Category 1, weakest, to Category 5, strongest. The scale is based on sustained wind speeds, and each category corresponds to a specific range of wind speeds. Hurricanes are given names to facilitate communication and avoid confusion. The Atlantic hurricane season typically runs from June 1st to November 30th, while the Pacific hurricane season varies by region. One of the most significant dangers associated with hurricanes is storm surge, which is the abnormal rise of water above the normal tide level. Storm surges can lead to coastal flooding and cause extensive damage. Earthquakes are natural phenomena caused by the sudden release of energy in the Earth's crust, resulting in seismic waves. The majority of earthquakes are caused by the movement of tectonic plates. Earth's outer shell, the lithosphere, is divided into large plates that float on the semi-fluid asthenosphere beneath them. When these plates interact, colliding, sliding past, or moving away from each other, they generate stress that can lead to earthquakes. Earthquakes can also occur in volcanic regions due to the movement of magma beneath the Earth's surface. The magnitude of an earthquake measures the amount of energy released. The Richter scale and moment magnitude scale are commonly used to express earthquake magnitude. The intensity of an earthquake measures its effects on people, buildings, and the Earth's surface. The modified Mercalli intensity, MMI scale, is often used for this purpose. The shaking of the ground during an earthquake can cause buildings and infrastructure to collapse. Tectonic movement can cause the Earth's surface to rupture, displacing the ground along fault lines. Underwater earthquakes or those near coastlines can generate tsunamis, large ocean waves that can cause significant coastal damage.